operating engineers called OEs that will come in and they'll light the boiler, get it to pressure, check this and that and whatnot.
And that's
we come
in the morning?
Like today, it was about 100 pounds when I lit it off.
Okay.
And we got about 15, 20 minutes to get it up to pressure, which is 150. And while we're doing this, the conductors are checking all the coaches, make sure all the lights are working, all the signage is there.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's bells that they use to indicate to us what we need to do, either move the train or stop the train.
And what's funny, you guys don't hear the commentary and stuff that's going on.
No, don't hear the spiel. You can hear parts of it.
Yeah.
That helps us gauge how fast or slow we're supposed to be going in the diorama.
Right.
Speedometer up there, that is in feet per second, not miles per hour.
Yeah.
Our average cruising speed is like 13 feet a second. That might be about 10 or 11 miles an hour.
Okay.
Not very fast.
This is CK Holiday, right?
It is.
And where did this train originate?
It was built for Disneyland along with engine number 2.
Okay.
When the park first opened, Walt Disney opened both engines and he owned the rolling stock for the 2 coaches that are here. His idea was if Disneyland failed, he would still have the trains, which was pretty much the initial idea for having a park.
Just so we could have it sensible.
Right around. Now, supposedly, when he was still alive, we came down on a weekend, we would bump the engineer out and take it around.
And take over? Oh, that's fun.
So Mark has the throttle. Here, pulling towards you, you go faster, pushing it in. You go slower. He's got a Johnson bar, which is like a big gear shift. There is no real neutral. You've always got contact or connection with the drivers, with the wheels.
Right.
And he could notch that back just like you're shifting in a car. You start in first, go to second, go to third. And then I adjust the fire depending on how fast or how slow we're going, and then preferably no smoke.
Yeah.
Engine 4 has been a pain for like the last month. It doesn't breathe well, so it has a tendency to smoke a lot, even though you try not to. And if you don't smoke, you can't get the pressure up. So you have to sacrifice the pressure, or the smoke of the pressure.
What's usually the top speed you guys go on?
Well, that would be based on the diameter of the drivers, the wheels. These are 36 inches. Technically, you could go 36 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
But the boiler's not very big. You'd be asking an awful lot of it, even if it wasn't pulling any cars.
So it wouldn't go that fast for that long?
No. You ran out of steam. Engine 1 and Engine 2 are very similar. The biggest difference is the shape of the smokestack.
Oh, really?
This one's considered a diamond stack because it was a fire burner.
Oh.
At the bottom, there is a spark arrestor, kind of like a mesh, that keeps any embers from blowing out that could possibly set
Stuff
on fire.
Yeah,
Right, exactly. Engine 2 is an oil burner. It has a crown stack on it.
And you guys use the biodiesel stuff, right?
It
from
is,
the park?
yeah. It's got about 3% red dye number 2 in it.
Oh, okay.
And then that's mixed with recycled cooking oil.
Yeah.
That's
It's really cool how you guys are able to
Probably
do that.
12 years we've been using that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it makes good coffee.
Yeah.
We're helping with the environment.
Yeah.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
You first.
I've been on the roundhouse about
Oh, okay.
7 years. How quaint.
Yeah.
I was 19 years April 1st,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
but I've been at Disneyland for 50.
Really?
I started right out of high school.
Yeah, that's like my cousin.
Yeah.
She did the same thing.
That's cool. Where do you work? Disneyland. Where else have you worked? Disneyland.
That's it.
Yep.
I worked at Walt Disney World for about 6 months. Came back to California for family issues. I don't know if I would have stayed there.
Yeah.
It was like October through March, so Florida heat hadn't kicked in yet, even though I've been to Florida many times. Got
Yeah.
friends that live down there, so I'm down there about 3 times a year. But it's a good fit for me. Fine.
You love trains, so.
When I first started here, up until I came into the Roundhouse, I was in operations. I worked mainly on Matterhorn. I also knew Space Mountain and the submarines and Utopia.
Wow.
Everything in Fantasyland except Storybook Land. Back then it was just all female.
Right.
They didn't have no males.
Yeah.
Wow.
Excuse my head.
Like
And then if you can find a decent spot fire, it'll sit at whatever that pressure is all day long. Anytime that you add water, and this is an injector, Mark has one on the other side of the well. That's an old style injector. This is a brand new, super sophisticated one. Water valve on the bottom, and then you pull it halfway to prime it so the water starts, and then you add steam.
Oh, wow.
And now that it's pushing water into the boiler, even though it's at 160 pounds
Yeah.
PSI. If you know what the Venturi effect is, if you have a garden hose and you put a nozzle on it that narrows down,
Yeah.
it builds pressure.
Yeah.
So that's what.
Oh,
this
okay.
Oh,
does.
right, okay. That
And
makes
it's
sense.
almost the same theory as an airfoil. Varying degrees of pressure create lift.
So, all the mechanics.
It's so cool.
Which one of the trains is the most powerful?
Engine 4.
What's the name of that one? Sorry.
Ernest S. Marsh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's Alex said, isn't it?
I don't know what the S is for.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Picture of fire. Pretty decent size. I, as a fireman, I've got basically 3 valves that I'm concerned with when we're going. Fuel stick, less fuel, more fuel.
Yeah.
A steam-powered blower, which creates a constant draft of fresh air into the firebox.
Yep.
Atomizer turns the liquid fuel to a mist and it burns more efficiently. So as we're going faster, slower, I'm going to be adjusting speeds.
Okay. So from the trains, which one's your favorite to drive?
But, probably for this and engine 2,
Yeah.
I think. Although they're rather hot in the summer, they don't get a whole lot of airflow. Engine 5, which is off property, it's getting a rebuild.
Oh, okay.
That has windows in the front that go top to bottom, so you
You get a lot of
air.
trees.
Signal box here, green obviously means go. The track is broken into 10 zones. Anytime we come into a zone that has a station in it, then it'll turn to yellow. occupied by a train.
Yep.
If we were coming into Toontown and that light was yellow, there's a wayside light coming up that we would have to stop at because it would be a red light as well.
This is the first time you had to ring the bell because of the left turn, right?
Yes. And the whistle for a blind curve is a long and a short.
Oh, okay. So you guys like the new trestle bridge and everything?
Yeah. I'm going to start adding water into the boiler.
Okay.
I know it's blocked, but the silver structure shows me how much water is in the boiler.
How did you guys learn about this?
They will teach you everything that you need to know.
Oh, really?
You didn't have to have any prior experience operating a boiler.
Oh, wow.
And the questions in the phone interview that I had was pretty simple.
Yeah.
What temperature does water boil at sea level?
Oh,
Easy.
yeah.
And then it's about 5 weeks of training. You're in the roundhouse for a week with book learning.
That's not a lot for 5
2 weeks of day shifts and then 2 weeks of night shifts. Trainer sits there, you sit here.
Yeah.
He pretty much tells you everything you need to do the first 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Then you should start responding on your own
Right.
to what you've been told.
So when you're training, do you go by yourself, or do you have a crew, passengers with you, or?
Oh yeah, we'd be open.
Oh,
The only thing we would not do is take tenders.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's no place for the trainer to sit.
Yeah, yeah.
I think MSAD has a train for
What
2
now?
years.
No, we're gonna hold for a moment. Clock tower guy is probably gonna come out.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
They're working on Small World.
yeah.
Yep.
We were hoping they would do like a soft opening today.
They're behind.
Yeah.
They
Oh.
probably should have opened a week or two
Yeah.
ago. But, yeah. So they can put a manual inhibit in. That's why that light is yellow. Now we could physically leave and take off. There's nothing holding the train here.
Right.
It's just after we have to respond to what that light says.
Must be nice in here at night when it's cold.
It's great in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how you guys have to sit like sideways to do it.
On the other 3 engines, 3, 4, and 5, you don't have to. You can
You sit
facing
forward? Oh, okay.
But this is, they work here, even though they don't look like this for it.
They do?
This cab is 5/8 scale to
Okay.
match the ground floor buildings
Yeah.
on Main Street, which are 5/8. Engine 3, 4, and 5, even though they're narrow gauge, they are full-size
Full-size
engines.
train, yeah.
Oh.
Engine 3 came from a sugar plantation in Louisiana that came online in 1958. Engine 4 was at a rock quarry in New Jersey. That was 1959, and then Engine 5, the darling of the fleet, and I say that sarcastically. Because sometimes
Yeah.
it can be just awful. Like this one, basically set it and forget it. That one you have to watch all the time.
Sorry.
You could be sitting here, poof, fire goes out for no reason whatsoever. That's the one that's away, far, far away
Yeah.
on its rebuild. So hopefully it comes back much better than it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when that engine was running well, it was almost like it was electric. It was so quiet.
Oh, wow.
The timing and the
Oh,
cylinders
yeah.
makes a big difference. If we were on engine 4, you could barely hold a conversation because
It's so loud.
It's so loud. The bearings are a little bit worn.
Where did the ring come from?
The front conductor.
Oh,
The rear conductor gives an all aboard, sticks
Yeah.
his right arm out. The front conductor responds, looking at them, making sure they get on the train.
Yep.
yeah.
They say all aboard to us, they get in the cab for the coach, and then they ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Okay.
If we're moving and we get a single bell, that means we need to stop.
Okay.
Usually because somebody stands up.
Oh,
It happens a lot on the river when the Mark Twain is going by.
Yeah.
People stand up. Or they forgot to close the gates. Which has happened. So when we get up to the crossing here, if you look to the left, you'll be able to see the roundhouse.
Oh, yeah.
That big building, the green one on the left-hand side, that's Small World.
Oh, okay. Have you guys had to do any like quick like emergency stops, like an animal going across or something?
We have geese and ducks in the spring.
Yeah.
For some reason, they climb up on that bridge.
Oh,
I don't know why. Not this year in particular, but in years past, I've had to stop probably twice. Shoo them off. We had the same problem with the Mark Twain. The goslings and the ducks get between the boat and the dock.
Yeah.
Now, if they're in there, they will just get pushed under the dock and there's water there too. They're not going to get crushed, but it looks bad. You don't make an effort, and that thing is so hard to stop on the dock.
yeah, yeah. So how many gallons does this tender hold?
So, if I remember, it's 550 in water and about 350 in fuel, I think.
Oh,
When the first park first opened, there was a station at Main Street and one in Frontierland. Then there was no Orland Square.
right.
The train that stopped at Main Street was the passenger train. We don't have, the only car left of that is the Lily Bell.
Okay.
Everything else was sold off to a private guy. I think he lives up in
Rancho Santa Margarita,
Something,
or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah. It was close to where I used
and
to live.
the red coach, the one that has the red and white striping, that's original.
Oh, really?
Initially, no seats. You stood up
Oh, wow.
because it was supposed to represent a cattle car.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then a couple of lawyers showed up and said, that's probably a really bad idea. And depending on how the engineer is pulling, it's
Oh,
usually
yeah.
not people.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Bowling pins.
So
It's
I'm gonna
standing up
guess-
on a modern train standing up.
Yes, yes, right? The freight train only stopped at Frontierland, and the passenger only at Main Street. And if you'll notice, on the left-hand side, when we pull into Main Street, the remnants of a siding that used to have a switch at both ends. So when the passenger train was loading and unloading, freight train could go around them. The same thing at
Oh, yeah.
Frontierland. There's a picture, I don't know who took it, but the rear wheels of the last car, the switch either opened accidentally or somebody threw it too soon, so it wants to go down there. That lasted a year.
Yeah.
Well, they built a station, not the one we have today. They built a station in Fantasyland, which is pretty much where Small World is now.
Oh, okay.
So, nice idea, but it didn't last very long.
Yeah. This is my favorite. The train cars here, because you're looking out at.
Yeah. Yeah, the one we rode yesterday on the sideways like that.
Yeah.
Cool, so cool. This is definitely the best railroad. The one in Paris is, and the Disney World one is trees. There's nothing to look at.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's boring.
Yeah, very. Yeah, so I told her, when you come here, you got to ride the railroad.
Yeah. Because our one in Paris is, it's okay, but it's not great.
Especially when you guys did the Trestle Bridge and everything, the Galaxy Bridge.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So the diorama opened in 1958. After Walt Disney released the Grand Canyon. I'm not certain. I would think it's a long while.
Yeah.
Yes. And the Primeval World opened in 1966, and certain aspects of that were taken from a show from the 1964 World's Fair. It was Ford Magic Skyway.
What time in the morning does everything get ready before you head out?
Well, they would prefer us to be at Main Street a couple of minutes before 8.
Oh, okay.
So we usually leave the roundhouse, well, depending on the conductors as well, because sometimes they're a little late getting there.
Yeah.
Say 7:30. We'll make one lap. They open all the stations, make sure everything's working right. And then when we pull them here, it's a couple of minutes before 8 o'clock. That's all there is.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank
One
you
round
guys so
trip
much
completed.
Yeah.
for letting us
So
get
cool.
on here.
Oh, sure. Glad it worked out.
Really fun. Yeah.
Watch your
Yeah.
head and watch your
Yeah.
step when you're climbing
Just,
down.
I'm just
there.
kidding.
I took mine off early, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't have clam hand.
I don't mind. I like grease, so it
Oh.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, here, take some home.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Have a good day too. Thanks. Wow, look. That's so cool. We went and saw. Yeah. We went and saw the big boy steam engine. Those wheels were.
The boiler's hot, so that
The number. Oh, they didn't. What was the one with the flags? Which one was that one? Oh, number 4 was it 100 years or 50 years?
100 years.
100. So this is a 4. Is that how you count it? Is it 4? Is that how you count it? Or how do you count the wheels?
Well, there's 2 and 2, and then there's
Was that your steam brakes? Oh wow. Okay, I was wondering what the cylinder was. No, it's down below.
the pumps on that side. You can see it.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
it'll pump it into that tank.
Alright, let's go.
Look at the brake.
Alright, ready to go to the front, get the cow catcher and then front of the
Yeah, you gotta stay on here though. You can't step down.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, I
yeah.
thought to the end of the front, like closer to the end of the front. Oh, yeah.
But make it quick because it was.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
okay, okay. I got that.
Go ahead and take a picture.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much
Oh,
for
yeah.
letting us come on and everything.
Yeah, what was your name?
Steve.
Steve.
Nice to meet you again, Mark.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, so-
Sure.